hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, we're going to look at Ireland, okay? Oh, I hope they do it. I hope they do it. So it should be a jolly good reading for us to go into. I think they're so brave. I really do. Why can't we do something like that? Anyway, I'll tell you more about it in a second. So excuse my hands if my nail varnish has worn off at the ends. A couple of months ago I said I was going to make a vase. So anyway, I finally got round to doing it. I wait me because it might be just a fad. And I've had loads of them over the years. But anyway, so I was making a vase. Well, let's just say the first three crumbled inside. You put plaster of Paris in a balloon, give it a little bit of a wobble all over. Anyway, so then, yeah, so that was the first three, and then the last one I've just done, gave it up as a bad job. It exploded, so it was fine apparently. I put it on the windowsill just to, so it dry out a bit quicker. It shattered. I ain't joking as well. It was a 12-inch balloon. Anyway, I've discovered I've been using the mix for a 10-inch, not a 12-inch, and definitely not the 18-inch that I tried as well. I thought, oh, there's something wrong there. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Ireland it is. Okay, so how are they doing, guys? How are the guys doing? Okay, so apparently powers have been given for them, but right now they're in control. They're in control. They need everybody out there, everybody. So according to the guys that I've been watching, it says that they only need like either 1% or 2% to overthrow the government. So, here's hoping that they all turn out. I mean, get outside your door. Because you know what'll happen, don't you? When one wins, we all win. What's the police response to this protest? What is their response? Well, they're sharing information, okay? They're sharing information with each other. They're trying to talk to the people as well. So, they just seem to want to be dialogue with the organisers. And how are the farmers and truckers and everybody else feeling? They want that government out. Okay, they want that government out. They're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. So you'll have to... The thing is, you can't arrest them all. Do you know what? It's real sad because they just want fairness. Fairness with things, And I think that's what the UK wants as well. It's all anybody can want, really. Is fairness. Not everybody's going to be decent, but you want to be treated fairly, and that's food wise, that's money wise, that's housing wise, it's punishment wise as well. All this tweet business, getting arrested. Yeah, you've got all the PDFs going about as well. Their religion as well. I mean, they're real religious. I don't know why I said that. I'm sure I'll have spoken to somebody who's Irish and a Catholic. By the way, yeah, so that's what we want. It's not a lot, is it? Okay, it is not a lot. And what about the people of Ireland? Are they going to get there? More and more, please go. Will they? Will they? I want it so much. Hang on. Will more people come out and support them? Yep, you've got people going on the way, but I'm also seeing little cars, so I feel like people could be going in the cars and just leaving the cars. Are the public of Ireland cheering on these guys? Oh, I bet they are. Oh, look at that. So that's a home, and I was just thinking then, I was seeing some old guy in a chair and his mate, like, giving it rock on. I mean, they've got terrible arthritis in their hands, you know. So these men who have probably fought the war then, because they're quite a lot older. Yeah, I know, veterans, they're a lot. Now, to me, it all feels quite beautiful. I know people are saying, you know, oh, it's a protest and the fighting or whatever. I'm on about the movement, you know, the top of how it just takes a brave few to go out there and sacrifice themselves for everybody else to, you know, go and join them. So there's the blissfulness of it as it stands. How do the army feel about having to go and deal with these protesters? No, I think they agree, okay. They agree hard work pays off. Are the army pissed off with the Irish government? Well, they've not had any funding, and then you expect to get them out, you know, ready to do their job? I don't think so. They don't want to at all, neither. They don't want to. Because the army has been underlooked. All our defence has, actually. So, you know, you can get the army in for, you see, this just looks bad on every level. You can get the army in for a few protesters. But you can't keep these PDFs out of our country. And they're not just PDFs, they're murderers, they're wicked, wicked, wicked people. And what is going through the government's mind at the moment? Oh, so they might have given a few extra powers to the police. And we got that sharing information for the police. How do the police feel about the government? Everything's a goddamn lie. Everything's a goddamn lie. Lies revealed, you know. Well, this would be really good, but let's see. Are the police on the side of the protesters? So they don't want to risk, you know, inflaming tensions, we'll say. Okay, so right now, they're not doing anything. And why? Because, yeah, they feel something about their government that's not quite right. But they can't act. They can't act. But you're just going to, you know, it's going to be looked at. The government are meeting with the police already, so there'll be another update coming, I assume. So right now it's just to keep things calm. What? They're outnumbered. The police are outnumbered. The army's even outnumbered. Are the army on the side of the protesters? They've got family as well, you know, that aren't coping. Nobody's bloody coping. Nobody's, you know, surviving. Yeah, no thriving. And I think as well, you know, it's like, how can the police go back home? How can the army guys go back home when they know everything that's going on? You know, they've probably got thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegals flooding their country, and you've seen what's going on in the school with this LGBT and bloody trans and all like that. I mean, you know, it's wicked, wicked stuff, really, for a Catholic. Well, for anybody, really, anyway. However, the police or the army can't be seen as doing it. So what action will the army take to help the protesters? Because we can all see that they'll bring tanks in. Oh no, we haven't got any working, have we? They will bring tanks in. Surely, though, the army see that if they can overthrow their government, then the army has to step in and take control. Is that something the army's expecting? Yeah, someone knows what they're doing. Someone knows what they're doing. So, yeah, they would have to take over until somebody comes in. I've got a man here. He's not so bad neither, is he? He's got the mannerisms or the air of William. Prince William. That seriousness. Will the government be overthrown? Well, I think there's just more and more and more people turning out, you know, give sandwiches, a hot flask, you know, bottled water, that kind of thing. So I'm getting that it goes in their favour. So will the government, will the Prime Minister have to resign now because of this? Absolutely. There's no way they can stay. No way. They'll have to resign. They will resign. And then afterwards, how will the people feel about being empowered again? Oh my God, they won't be taking no more shit, you know, there'll be a leader. Honestly, it'll be one thing, get rid of the government, and it'll be, you know, working on other stuff as well. You know, your little boaters, your criminals, your strangers. Because it's right, we are there, you know, we do own them. And as well, will they take on these schools as well then? Because I'm seeing education being important. So will the Irish people take on their schools and get rid of all this woke business? Woke business. And so what have I got? A woman who's cold. Maybe it was a man who wants to dress as a woman, or a woman who thinks she's a bloke. I think that's it. There's only one sex, two sexes, and that's it. You know, why do people have to be complicated? It's fact. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? So basically, everything we're like upside down in every single way. Relationships, you won't be, you know, you might feel apart from. Whatever's the opposite, it is. You're a girl and boy. No, you're not a girl and boy. All right, well, I've got two eyes. No, you haven't got two eyes. You've got three. You know, it's just shit like that, isn't it, really? What is it? It's not okay to swear. So, yeah, swear as much as you like, it's in. Oh, honestly, the world. And I left so much out there. I left so much out. Yeah, I think they'll be hell on about that as well. So I think they will. I think they're going to go for it and do it and achieve it. What help are you sending their way, universe? Making it harder to move on, soft to move on, harder to move on. Oh, I get it. They're not going anywhere, are they? So, you know, it's crystal clear that if you don't do something, it's not going to stop, okay? If you don't resign, matey, or whoever, he, she, if you don't resign, we're not going away. So I think it's clear to see what the message is there, don't you? Anyway, I take my hat off to him. So that's good news for Ireland, okay? How will Starmer feel if Ireland are successful? Yeah, shitting himself. But he's already got information that's coming out about him anyway. See, I don't think we can dissolve our own government. Ireland can. And there's a big case in Wales, you know, going back a few years. He's called Graham MacArthur. And, well, you'll have to read it, but by all accounts, they was going to give Wales a referendum to be their own government, you know, that, like, I don't know, so that the people would be able to contribute. And then it got stopped. And it was never put in. And it was David Cameron who was involved as well, but there was a right scheme about things. And guess who was the acting lawyer involved? It was Starmer. So it's going through the courts, but, you know, you'll have to watch it. Graham MacArthur. So withholding information. I wouldn't withhold the information. How does Starmer feel about the protesters being able to wipe out the government? Well, so you've got the authority there and authority there. Or is it what? Bring the army in? Is that what he's telling you? This guy's going. You got removal enforcement. So they want the army in. Yeah, of course. But there'll just be more and more and more. And anyway, it'll just end up that it's all the army that's out there. Rather than, you know, it'll be the army that's in the area where the protesters should be. And then the protesters will be around the army. So, I mean, it's a win-win. How can anybody think they're going to win on that? They can't take everybody, okay? They haven't got the room. Does Starmer believe the same could happen to him? Well, he already knows how unhappy we are. So ours is different. So obviously the government in Ireland one steps down, whereas this is like, look, he has to lose you know, a lot of elections. When Ireland get their power back, How will Starmer feel about himself? Well, he won't get a chance because by the time that happens, at the same time, we've got lies being revealed as well. So, what are the lies about then? Because you've got lies about the authority. Yeah, somebody who knew what they was doing. Oh, I get you. So, does a new PM... Are you trying to say to me that they'll all get found out? They all fear getting found out? No. Delay. Oh, I get it. Is this to do with the army? Yes or no? What's in the card? Yes. Okay. Right. So if the army step in then, what happens? It all comes out. Everything comes out. Are you showing me a woman there coming into government? No. So about the plans. Okay, so Starmer and Ireland. Okay, the government. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? Oh, dear me. So it happens, just not that way. Right then. So if we thought all the army was going to come in to save us, or even there with the government, then I'm getting it wrong. Because you got the army there, sharing information, then the government. He got lies, Starmer's got lies. Was it always their plan to bring the army in? Well, this is out of control. So I'm getting lies on both sides, and then I'm getting on something like online. So that could be a clip or a conversation. The Starmer and the island government working together. Yes, and that there's a plan. Oh, I'm getting police and the army being supportive, but obviously having to do the job. So something comes out online. Okay, what's the connection, please, universe? What is the connection? Connection. The connection is to run away and flee. Oh yeah, for those that are new to the channel, I'm not your regular card reader. I have my own ways of doing stuff, so I write things down over the years and use them as keywords. Is Starmer planning to flee? Oh. Something, I don't... I've got like a load of despair here. Ruin and affects others, so something that he's responsible for. Is this to do with illegals? No, it's much worse, much worse. Much, much worse. Devil reverse. Okay, so it's like giving instructions. Maybe Starmer tells them to, you know, start cannon bombing them all and everything else. I just get that. So that would come out online. Okay, what will be revealed about Starmer? The Irish government online. What will I see? I will see a woman who was telling the truth. Or a beautiful woman. Both. What about this woman? How she didn't want to get involved. Do you know what? Is Starmer hiding somebody in Ireland? I don't feel that, you know. I actually do. Saying he wasn't involved. So, Ireland government don't seem to be drawing any attention in the first part of this reading. And then all of a sudden, we get on to Starmer. And it's a shit show. And it's going to make him look bad. Is the Irish government asking Starmer for help with, you know, the army and police? Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's going to come out as well. So, you know, Starmer says one thing and then doesn't do another because we haven't got another. Yeah, I think that's what it's about, lies. Oh, did Starmer promise the Irish government, you know, that he would be there to help him? Absolutely. And then he's done nothing. Done nothing. Well, that changes everything then. So he could have stepped in or, you know, stopped what's going to happen, which is that government is going. And he hasn't done anything. So then how will that Prime Minister feel about Keir Starmer once everything is destroyed? I think you're going to need a lawyer of your own. All I've got is the police. How's he going to feel about Starmer? professional. You never know what he's thinking. Oh, so he'll actually question in his own mind whether Starmer wanted this. So does Starmer want the downfall of the government in Ireland? Well, he's not happy either. So, you know, it's more of he can't give him what he said he could because he didn't have it in the first place. Is this what makes Ireland, that, you know, go in their favour? Yeah, just keep up the stress, keep up the pressure, you know, don't be fixed about things. And don't decide yet. Well. Maybe Ireland can thank our incompetent Starmer after all. So it's not just about what they've done, it's about what they're doing now as well, and how they deal with things. So I just feel like keep the focus on where you're at the moment and get more people out. Okay, so universe, anything to say to the people of Ireland? Look at that, eh? Look at that. Healing will commence. Healing will commence. So, I mean, I take me hats off to you. I wish the UK could do this. I really could. But it's an amazing card. It's the start. You know, everything comes out in the light. And once everything starts coming out, you can start to, you know, deal with it and rebuild as well. And get rid of them. Okay guys, I've loved that. I hope you have too. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye bye.